Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of Deep Tech Atelier 2025. It is time for the pitch competition finals, where top teams will take the stage one last time for the right to be called winner. Actually, winners, because if we look at the list of prizes, there are a lot. A lot of friends and partners have come together to support the best deep tech startups, for example, with services of the highest level to help boost the idea forward, from ZAZ Ventures, Cocoon, Sorainen, Healthseed Ventures, access to Japanese and Lithuanian markets, accelerator and mentor services from Plug and Play, tickets to Hello Tomorrow and Slush events, and also entry to the commercialization reactor, Beamline's Breakthrough Syndicate, SEB Accelerator, and Google for Startups program. So all of this is available to the ones pitching on our stage today. Deep Tech Atelier this year is truly generous. But who are the stars? Who are the 10 finalists that will get on this stage and try to convince the dear jury members of their bold idea, their sharp execution, the technology behind the idea, all of that you will see on this stage, but their names are in front of me. If you want to know when your favorite one is starting, this is the order: Picralida, Acrometer, Trafolo, Nionics, Biohifas, Printimed, Freshwave, Trashify Tech, WatchBuild, and Laureline Tech. That's the order how we'll see the presentations here on this stage. And before we begin with the final pitches, it is my honor to introduce to you the jury members who will get on the stage. Yes, we're trying something different this year. They will get on the stage. You will see them in the spotlight. And they will judge what they will hear. And this year, the panel brings together 6 exceptional leaders across the deep tech landscape: investors, innovators, researchers, and entrepreneurs with rich experience, and they will know the questions to ask to truly evaluate who are the best among the best. So, let's welcome them on the stage. First of all, he's the managing director at Plug and Play Tech Center Lithuania, leading strategic investments and innovation programs with over 45 startup investments to date, Mr. Pavelas Žinis. Welcome, Pavelas. Welcome. Next up, she's the Deputy Director of Innovation at the Investment and Development Agency of Latvia and Lecturer of Innovation Management, Ms. Agnese Olszewska. Agnese, welcome. Next up, she's the partner at the Commercialization Reactor Fund with over 20 years of executive experience overseeing nearly 50 deep tech startups and leading most investment decisions, Ms. Ilona Gulchaka. Ilona, welcome. Joining them on the stage, innovation funding consultant at ZAZ Ventures, the leading European innovation funding consultancy, Mr. Klement Matyuhov. Welcome, Klement. Join us on the stage. Next up, representing Healthseed, turning sick care into healthcare with over 25 years of experience in transforming healthcare through innovation, strategy, and startup acceleration across the 3 continents, Mr. Darren Wilson. Welcome back. And we love a circle composition. We started with him this event, and we're going to close with him this event. The Senior International Project and Innovation Consultant at Hello Tomorrow, Mr. Alberto Garcia Picasso. Welcome, Alberto. All right. Well, we got the jury. We need to know the rules. So the rules are very simple. 3 minutes to present, and then 3 minutes for rapid-fire questioning from the jury members to find out who the best are. But I want to do something unofficial. We have so many people here in the audience. So once the Q&A is over, I want you to do an unofficial voting with your applause and your cheers. Want to do that? Yeah? Let's test it out so we know what is what. So, first of all, 1. It was like total snooze fest, even the presenter fell asleep. What's your reaction? Exactly. Perfect. You fell asleep as well. All right. Something more positive. A 7. Good. It was a good effort. He might win. You don't know. What does a 7 sound like? Okay. That's good. That's good. All right. A 9. That was above the rest. Can it actually get any better? What does the 9 sound like? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, you just saw for the first time ever a folding iPhone. You're amazed, mind blown. What does the 10 sound like? Standing ovation, perfect, very good. Well, that's how we will do it. Who's up first? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her on the stage from Pikralida. Welcome on our stage. 3 minutes are yours.
Okay, so the idea come first, and then there's time for execution. Imagine that the bulbs in this room burn out. What are we going to do? Are we changing bulbs? Destroying the building? If we are taking the approach of Big Pharma, we are destroying the building. Like Big Pharma companies kills their projects and compounds because of unexpected results, changing strategy, or CEOs. And at Pikralida, we are smart, we are agile, we are hunting for abandoned clinical candidates with excellent properties to turn them into excellent therapies for patients. We have 3 advanced projects in our pipeline that are based on marimestat, which was once abandoned, and it is a promising compound with excellent properties, and we completed phase 1 clinical trial. We are preparing ourselves to start 2 clinical trials in 2 areas, neuroprotection, snakebite, and venoming, and we are paving our way to enter the market in 2027 with our veterinary drug. This is really shocking, but this is a real life. This is a real life of people that are bitten by the snake and didn't get therapy on time, and a life of people after stroke. And no one in your travel office warned you that this can be your end of holidays if you are bitten by the snake, and 1 of 5 here as we are sitting will get a stroke in our lifetime. Snakebite and venoming might be quite exotic when we are sitting here in Lithuania and in the rain outside, but this is a real problem of people living in different places of the world. Without getting antivenom, they can die, they can get permanent disability. There are over 5 million bites each year. The only way you can recover is to get antidote on time, and you need to go to hospital, which takes some time. Antidotes are not always available, not always efficient, and can be harmful with the side effects. At Pikralida, we are working on the pill that the victim of the bite can take right after the event in the field, and we are helping with that. This is our second project, neuroprotection. We are working on the novel drug that is dedicated to people after stroke. There are over 7 million deaths each year due to stroke and much more disabilities. The therapy course now is to restore the bloodstream, and in Pikralida we are developing a drug that will protect tissue damage, brain tissue damage. It will be also therapy to take in the hospital right after the event. And back to business, we are working to develop our first drug to enter the market in 2027. There are 20 people in the team. We are experienced. We are working to bring our drugs to market. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not a vision. This is a plan, and we know how to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joanna, for the presentation. The brave first soul on our stage. Well, 3 minutes, and jury members, you have the microphones. Who is up first? Grab the mic. Yes.
Because you went very fast your last couple slides, can you maybe explain the brilliance of your go-to-market strategy?
Now we are, as Pikralida, we would like to register drugs for snakebite and venoming for human use and veterinary use, because these are orphan indications, so we have a short pathway into the market, and we would like to work with business partner on marketing and distribution. And for our neuroprotection product, which is a bigger market, more difficult one, we would like to out-license after phase 2 trial.
Who's up next?
I would like to know, can you please develop a bit more regarding your team composition? It's a diversity within your team profiles.
Team profile? Okay, so there are 20 people in the team, 3 co-founders, 88% of the company is in our hands. We have a background in pharmaceutical company working on innovation drug, on running services. We have several clinical projects in our experience with regulatory things. Our co-founder worked for several companies in the US and Asia. We succeeded with several phase 1 approvals. And we also have a technical team, analytical chemist, technologist, organic chemist. And we are also working with experts, with external experts, and we are also subcontracting to experts the things that we need to.
All right, thank you. Povilas on this side.
So, great presentation, thanks so much. Obviously a very capable team. My question is, what are the next challenges and obstacles that you have in the next years? And what do you need as a company, as a team from the market? How can we help you?
So the first, we are now manufacturing the compound and the drug product to prepare it for phased clinical trials. We are also now preparing to meet regulators in Europe and the US to confirm regulatory strategy to secure orphan drug designation status and MAM status for our snakebite drugs. And we, of course, we are during fundraising process, so we are now also securing money to make everything happen.
Ilona?
Are you going to get to regulate in Latvia for Europe or somewhere else?
We are based in Poland.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ilona, quickly.
What's the vision, the future vision of the company?
So we would like to market the drug to get the revenue stream, and then we would like to use this money to fuel the pipeline, to look for new interesting project, and to become sustainable company with attractive portfolio for, and some of the product we will introduce to the market as Picralida, and some of them we will partner with pharma companies.
Thank you, Joanna. What did the audience think? Very good. A round of applause to you. Thank you. You are the first participant in our event here today. We're moving on to the second presentation. Let's welcome on the stage Acrometer. All right, we'll see the presentation. 3 minutes on the board. Let's start.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and I'm here to tell you about Acrometer. It's a startup which cares about your kidneys. So imagine if your car wouldn't have a check engine light. You never know if something is wrong, and you're constantly at risk of breaking down in the middle of a highway. Oops. Yeah, and that's an unfortunate reality which more than 800 million people suffering from chronic kidney disease face every day. They never know how their kidneys feel at that moment, whether they're improving, and you really want to be improving because otherwise you're one of the 10 million people going on dialysis. Current measurement methods actually push 1 to 2% of people on dialysis too early, leading to unnecessary costs and death. So yeah, the solution, at first, our scientist who previously also worked in the field thought that solution is pretty complex. He made a device to measure creatinine and some other biomarkers to help people make more personalized dialysis. But when they launched, the device was clunky, expensive, so he went back to the drawing board and he understood that the solution is a lot simpler, cheap and accurate measurement. That's why we are building a handheld device for on-the-spot accurate creatinine measurement. It is based on our method, which is as affordable as the currently most popular, cheapest creatinine measuring method, but it is more accurate due to, for example, eliminated bilirubin interferences. So the market is massive. More than $80 billion every year is spent on dialysis, with tens of thousands of unnecessary dialysis sessions being performed. Our main direct competitor is Nova Biomedical. They produce a similar device, but theirs is based on a different measurement technology, meaning it is 3 times more expensive and 5 times more expensive per test compared to ours. So the business model is very simple. We're selling hardware to get our foot inside the door, disposable strip test for a recurring high-margin source of revenue, and we are planning a potential SaaS platform in the future. So our team. Our CEO is experienced in running many hardware startups, with our scientists already developing some solutions in the space of nephrology, with me and Anastasia helping them out. Even though the team was formed in December of last year, already we have gotten a 50K grant from EIT Health, and we are on our way of developing an MVP by the end of the year. Currently, we're seeking a €150,000 co-investment to get into the second round of EIT Health call, with them, with EIT Health actually doubling your investment if we get in. Thank you.
Right on time, Yaroslaus. Job well done. Job well done. We'll see what the jury thought. Who is up first? Ilona.
Thank you for the presentation. What's your go-to-market strategy?
So currently, we are planning to mostly work with labs and private medical centers. And after that, we would already seek further kind of adoption of the device.
Thank you. Clement?
Ilona took my question, so I'll go with another one. So if I were to ask where the secret sauce is for your test,
so
how would you say it in 3 sentences?
So in terms of the technology, or?
In terms of technology, yes, sir.
So we're using a different compound and a different method of measuring the results, which leads to better accuracy. So the technology is patented, and yeah, so it's not something super complicated.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Who's up next? Darren?
So you're a young company, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you see as the key barriers that prevent you from maybe getting to that MVP by 2016?
2026, yeah.
2026.
Yeah. But I would say that mainly it is a question of getting the financing, because to develop the MVP, at least a prototype, a working one, we do need financing. We do need to make further tests to make sure that the tech is working as well as we think it is working. And yeah, besides that, I would say we are having a good tempo, so not too much in our way.
Minute 30, Ilona?
In terms of geographic scope, what are the countries that you are seeking deploying it first?
Yeah, so at first, of course, it would be Latvia and Poland, because we are based in Poland. But after that, we are thinking of going to the EU, then US, and then already everywhere else in the world.
All right. 1 minute. Clement?
Yeah, I want to follow up. So suppose you build the device and you build the consumables.
Yeah.
To scale, you will need millions of this and millions. How will you approach the manufacturing scalability challenge?
So first of all, our CEO already was running some hardware startups, so he has quite extensive experience in manufacturing a lot of devices. But most likely, we would also partner with some other pharma companies or companies producing similar devices to either introduce our tech in their devices, existing ones, or for them to produce our devices to reach the necessary scale.
20 seconds. Last question, comment. Who's picking the mic? Darren?
Have you actually looked at any partnerships with pharma companies for you to be a companion diagnostic?
So currently, we're still thinking about it. It is one of the possibilities, but currently, yeah, I can't say for certain that we will.
Excellent. Yaroslaus and Acrometer. What did the audience think? Very good. Very good job. Well done. All right. Team number 3, Trafalo, on our stage. Let's welcome them. You have to earn your applause, definitely. Presentation, 3 minutes. Let's go.
Energized greetings from Trafalo. We are building simulation software that helps power electronics engineer to provide power to microchips. As you know, chips need power. And the last step to convert 48 volts to 1 volt that chip is using is the most inefficient, expensive, and difficult. And of course, the industry is trying to put those power converters closer to the microchip, but there is another problem, that the prototyping those very small components are extremely expensive. As you go smaller in size, the complexity to prototype things gets exponentially expensive. There is a solution. Instead of doing prototyping that might take weeks to build tooling, and then use that tooling to build components, you can instead use simulation software and model those components just within a few hours. And you know what? Like, who are the most expensive companies in Silicon Valley? Those who are designing chips. And they know that. because many companies who are doing now semiconductors and chips, they are buying simulation tool providers like crazy. 35 billion, 10 billion just within last 2 years. Truffalo solution is specialized software for modeling components, and we are easier, automated, and lower cost. Comparing to our competitors, they have a lot of legacy software, they have a lot of legacy features, so they have to keep all that and support. In our case, we can make things simpler, very lean, and very efficient, and automate things so that the training will take significantly less time. We are getting also, we got investment from a strategic investor who is producing components, and we are also now providing simulation services for very big companies. Now we are finishing development of our first tool, and we expect that the sale ramp up will happen this year. And at the same time, we have joined a consortium with 2 large Danish companies and 2 large Danish universities, and we are only non-Danish company in this consortium. And what's next? I mean, we can use simulation tools later on to train AI. We are a team of 7 engineers, ranging from software development and electronics and engineering. We are raising 300,000 to try out some bold ideas. And we are looking for talent, business development, and simulation engineers. Thank you.
Right on time. Truffalo. Very good. Who's up first? Agnes.
Oh, thank you. Do you have a limitation of making prototypes?
Sorry, limitation?
Yeah. Do you have some kind of limits, or you can make anything?
With the software? Yeah. Yes. So simulation software works in different paradigm. You can simulate the largest component in the universe or the smallest, even those that do not exist. The limitations of the software are different type. Those are related to numerics, mathematics, all that stuff. But in theory, we can model anything.
Ilona?
Yes, thank you. Very interesting presentation. What's your pricing strategy?
Price strategy. So we are providing licenses, monthly, yearly, perpetual. On average, it costs roughly 500 euros per month per license.
All right, Darren?
You knew I was going to ask a question, right? Okay. In terms of your competition, you differentiate yourself by being easier, lower cost, better ROI. But I imagine this space is going to be extraordinarily competitive, and a lot of other companies coming in to do the simulation. How else can you effectively differentiate yourself so you can actually enter the market effectively and hold that space rather than being overtaken by another new competitor?
Yes, very good question. So we are lower cost because we are relying a lot on open source. So by cutting costs, we can provide cheaper price. But that's not the only difference. Because we have started just recently, it's much simpler software. And also consider that those big simulation software vendors that I showed in my presentation, they have been purchased. So, they're like all kind of political and non-political interests. So many companies, large companies, they're interested to somehow acquire or get into the simulation software space to get this missing competence that they may needing. So I do think there are more manufacturing companies than software companies that can do simulations.
All right. Ilona?
Why exactly semiconductors?
So semiconductors, they're very interesting. So microchips usually use 1 volt. And you know that in socket it's 220. So we need to convert those 220 to 1 volt as efficiently as possible. And there are multiple steps in conversion. And the last step that is needed to convert from 48 to 1 is the most challenging. And it's a bigger complexity, and it's a big waste, considering how much we need chips, especially for AI. So by reducing, improving efficiency a little bit, the overall effect on the efficiency and reduction of electricity is significant. So therefore, it's just interesting, a very fast-growing market that we want to step into.
All right, so I heard what I wanted to see.
Clement?
It's the fastest growing market.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Absolutely. So thanks for the presentation. A lot of things hidden, especially interested in who's the strategic investor. And how do you differ, like in talent in the team, with a lot of other teams that are doing similar software?
All right, differ, quick answer.
Not so many teams doing the same thing.
I know quite a lot.
All right,
Well,
you can
we can
talk about
discuss
it
that.
afterwards because
Thank you.
time is up. Truffalo, job well done. Presentation and again, very good presentation. Our audience is quite generous. All right, next up in our list is Nionics. If you're ready to start, let's do this.
Batteries. Batteries is a powerhouse of modern society. Every time you charge your phone or drive electrical vehicle, most likely it's powered by the lithium batteries. My name is Kaspars. This is Nionex. We are developing the alternative sodium battery technology. While market is dominated by lithium for now, it faces many challenges, such as high costs, finite material resource availability, environmental and ethical concerns. Did you know that lithium mining consumes 2 million liters of water per 1 ton, and that drains our resources? I'm not talking even about the child labor. At the same time, we have sodium, which is 1,000 times more abundant and 120 times cheaper than lithium. Our team is developing innovative technology free of lithium and cobalt, and it's based on sodium. And sodium, in case if you wonder, it's part of the table salt. In our lab, we have successfully replaced lithium, and early test results show some good results in terms of stability and performance. Our patented technology achieves competitive results in terms of the energy density. We have achieved already 3,000 cycles, and if you look at the energy consumption, we can produce batteries at 30% lower energy consumption. If you look at the cell level cost, it will be approximately 50 euros per kilowatt hour. Battery manufacturing is a complex process consisting of many stages. Our know-how is at the beginning of the process. We are talking about the magic powders, which are contributing to the active elements, positive and negative electrodes. Our target B2B market, our customers are battery cell manufacturers in Europe. Those who are seeking to diversify their supply chains with more abundant, cheaper, responsible materials. We will generate our business model foresees generating revenues from licensing fees and from royalties. Global market stands at 98 billion euros, and our SOM, European market, is 22 billion in 2024. As you can see, competition is there, and that just emphasizes the need for such solutions globally. In our team, we have 3 business-minded individuals with a strong background in energy, storage, sales, and strategy and operations, backed by our scientists from the Warsaw University and this team of 4 scientists. Our roadmap will develop the prototype, MVP, then we are going to the pilot partnerships, commercial licensing. We are seeking 500K and looking to develop MVP. Thank you. This is Nionex.
Thank you, Kaspars. All right, who's grabbing the microphone first? Clement.
I'd like to start. How safe is your battery?
It's safer than lithium. If you look at the sodium technology, it's safer in terms of the thermal runoff. So it doesn't overheat, it doesn't blow up, you don't see incidents like you see on YouTube.
Have you tested it?
It's at the moment, it's in a pilot scale, you know. It's so-called the Swagelok type, you know, the button cell. So we are testing definitely, it's one of our steps to move towards MVP.
Thank you.
Alberto?
You showed that it's like a really crowded market, actually. What would you say is your competitive advantage?
For competitive advantages, yeah. We are using slightly different chemistry than which is already in the market from our competition. So I can't disclose the details, but it's based on a different chemistry. We're using different elements, and we believe that those can be deal breakers in terms of moving the sodium into the market, wider market, replacing lithium.
Agnes?
Who is your ideal customer?
Pardon?
Customer.
Customers are the battery cell manufacturers, those who already exist, and those who want to diversify, or maybe the new companies who want to introduce battery manufacturing in Europe.
Povilas?
Can you comment on the IP that you have?
Yes, we have IP. IP has been developed by Warsaw University and been invested in our company, so we are growing and reaching out also, for the other countries to secure our IP and by patent.
Can you also comment on the next roadmap? So you need 500,000 to develop MVP. What sort of feedback have you already received from any of those potential customers, and what is MVP in your case?
Yeah, so at the moment we're moving from the button cell to the pouch cell, which is like form factor which industry likes and recognizes. So far we have received positive feedback that this kind of technology is needed, and yeah, MVP will foresee that we are just within 1 year time we should achieve already this pouch type cell, which we can test, produce in some smaller or larger quantities and then show to the market. That's our go-to-market idea. MVP, then we are forging this potential the industrial partnerships and then moving for commercial licensing.
All right, Ilona?
Yes, the question is, do you already know or have imagined that the battery producers will need to redesign the manufacturing process in order to use your technology?
We are scanning and looking at the reports. We have met some people who has used to work for the battery industry, who are not involved, but they know all, their background and there. And this is our industrial gurus. So we're talking with them, trying to learn what are the pain points, and what exactly we need to do with our product to make it successful for their use.
Thank you.
All right. 10 seconds on the clock. No more questions. Job well done. A round of applause. Audience.
Thank you.
That's at least an 8. If the audience would pick the winner, they would all win, but that's why we have the jury. Next up in our list, Biohifas. Welcome on the stage.
Hi, I'm Thomas, CEO and co-founder at Biohifas. We employ the power of mycelium. We all love food, but unfortunately, our food is destroying our planet, endangering our health, and simply can't sustain growing human population. It's overly dependent on livestock farming, which is responsible for 15% of all greenhouse gas pollution. There's a better way to make our food. Fungi is the largest living organism on our planet, and its root, mycelium, can help us solve problems in food industry. It has high-quality protein, it's a good source of fiber, mineral, vitamins, and it is possible to cultivate it on waste. Beer breweries generate million tons of waste, which is in the whole world, and it's cheap, and it's very good to grow the mycelium. Our goal is to plug in modular facilities next to beer breweries and upcycle their waste into the food ingredient. We already have a good feedback from Lithuanian and Latvian beer breweries. We also got permission from one beer brewery to build the first pilot at their site. And as well, we've been in Silicon Valley and talked with the local beer brewers there and also got a good feedback. Our technology is filed for the patent in Europe. It covers 3 processes: raw material conservation, fermentation in a bioreactor, and raw material and waste processing. So the whole process takes up to 5 days. It will generate 1 ton of the product per week, and ROI is 4 years. Application varies from meat alternatives to pet food ingredient. And we already made our first public tasting, and people really enjoyed minced meat made from our product in the tacos. And as well, we partnered with the big manufacturers in Lithuania to implement our ingredient into their products. So the market potential is really huge, predicted to reach $290 billion by 2035. We want to jump in this growing market and take our space there. B2B model is designed to generate 2 revenue streams: technology sales and product sales. Competition is there, but as we're using waste, we can drop the price and also have a better impact on sustainability. And with that, also, we bring a high nutritional value with high protein levels, good digestibility, and some bioactive compounds. The team is perfectly blended for this mission. Myself, I'm a passionate plant-based diet promoter, and Paulina Simas, a scientist with background in fermentation and food technology. We have advisors, and we're looking for $500K to build our first pilot. Let's employ the power of mycelium and make our food more sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Let's see what the jury is thinking about this one. Who is up first? Ilona?
Thank you for the presentation. Who is your customer?
The customer is like Unilever, Nestle, because they already have their plant-based products, but they are looking for material to make it cheaper, more tasty.
Darren?
So it's clear you're going to be promoting beer production, as that's your source. Thinking about your scaling, though, what's the limitations of being tied to the waste of beer production or brewery production? How does that limit your probability of scaling this to broader markets or to the greater population?
Well, you know, the beer brewers generate million tons, and one site in one cycle generates like hundreds of millions, hundreds, thousands of the waste. So for us, it's bottleneck how to process the big amount. And that processor that we're building can process 4 tons. And the beer brewery can buy as many as they want of those processors to process the bigger scale of their waste. And as well, we are working with other streams of waste, like breadcrumbs, like hemp, like sugar beets.
Thank you. Clement?
Yep. So how will you overcome the acceptance risk, meaning the people not willing to sacrifice ready animal proteins we've been consuming for millennia in favor of something made of fungi? Or is it Unilever's job?
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge in the alternative protein industry, to get the taste and the texture. And the one picture that I showed with the public tasting, made from our ingredient, the minced meat, people couldn't recognize whether it's real meat or it's made from our product. So with the technology and science, it's possible to get the taste and the texture.
But let me follow up on that. So you are producing material from which minced meat is made by guys like Nestle or Unilever, correct? So it's their job to make it tasty, not yours.
That's right.
Okay.
And as well, we're not just making the material and then hoping somebody will buy. We also have a food technologist and chefs who are working on that, and then we could go and tell them, well, look, this tastes good. Just put it in your production line.
Ilona?
There is potentially some kind of a regulatory path for you as well. Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
On the food regulation. So we are using the fungi strains which already are safe to food. And so we don't have to go through the novel food processing regulation. But we're really interested in the strains which are novel because they have some good stuff there.
Well, something quick?
Something quick, yes. Last question, in terms of pricing, is this cheaper to produce or compared to another alternative protein sources?
Quick answer.
Yeah, so we are aiming for 4 euros per kg of our product. So it is high quality plant protein.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Round of applause. What did the audience think?
Thank you.
Again, job well done. Brilliant presentations here. All right, that means that we are halfway through, but 4 more exciting presentations in front of us. And next one is Printimed. Let's welcome them on the stage.
Well, hello everyone, and today I'm proud to present Printimed and how we are transforming advanced material innovations with our hidden gem, biomimetic spider silk. Okay, of course there are a lot of existing materials in the market, but each of them have their own disadvantages. And that's the lack prevents of creation artificial organs that behaves like real human tissues. That's why we came up with our solution. We have created unique material, biomimetic spider silk. This material, it's very strong, flexible in the same time. It has superior biocompatibility, low immunogenicity, has high regenerative potential, and also tunable properties, which makes this material especially great for various medical applications. So we already have covered our intellectual property of obtaining our artificial spider silk by using the water as the only solvent. And also we have specific technology of modification our material. Our technology was recognized last year as one of the most significant scientific achievements in Latvia. And we have various revenue streams like selling the raw material, also the licensing and consulting. So we plan to start at the beginning with R&D partnership, then we go to medical materials and afterwards to implant-grade materials as fast as we get the CE mark. So we plan to obtain more than 15 billion high market, which is medical device market. Because otherwise than our competitors, we can produce spider silk where we use only the water as the solvent, which allows us to get the great biocompatible material, which is non-animal based. So far, we have created the material, we have also scaled up the production, we have created many prototypes starting from the membranes for organ-on-a-chip solutions, also artificial heart valve, and now we are testing them with our potential customers. So we have signed 8 LOIs with the customers. And this year we plan to scale up the production even larger, and within next year we believe that we will be able to start our first sales for the non-medical applications. So in our team we have experts in the biomedicine, in the business, and as well in the chemistry. And so far we have great synergy of working together, and we have already some proof track record. Now we are looking for 350,000 euro as the co-investment for the grants from public money, which we already secured. So in total amount, it will be more than 1 million, which allows us to start the sales for the non-medical applications, and also in parallel to continue work on our medical applications, for example, like on the artificial heart valve. Thank you, and join us.
Thank you, Yekaterina, for the presentation. Fans in the audience, first one is Agnese.
Thank you for the pitch. You mentioned the sales. What is your target market?
Sorry?
The market, the target market.
Yes, so at the beginning we will start with companies who are producing membranes for organ-on-a-chip solutions, and also with cosmetic producers. So we plan to sell our material as the ingredient for the cosmetics, because for those applications we don't need to get the, let's say, medical certification. And afterwards, in parallel, of course, we want to get this medical certification, and then we will be able to produce and sell our material for different wound dressing producers, for medical device producers, for example, as the coatings, also to drug delivery systems. But our overall goal is to create artificial organs and scaffolds from our material, so we will be also continuously working on that.
Mm-hmm. And what about the country? Do you have a specific country you are planning to get in at first?
So at the beginning we start with, let's say, our region plus Scandinavia, because it's easier to work here. But also we have now already contacted the major players. For example, for the cosmetic, we have started the collaboration with Chanel. For our heart valves, we have the close collaboration with Edwards, which is the biggest company in the world who are producing the heart valves.
Mm-hmm. Clement?
So your innovation can be applied in many different spheres. If you look into the future, what would your bet be is the killer application for what you do that would put you on the cover of Forbes magazine?
So our overall goal, of course, is to be the material producer for artificial organ creation. This is the main thing where we want to contribute, because actually we see the great value and the great potential of our material exactly there.
Mm-hmm. Darren?
You mentioned that you already started to take this to customers. I'm just curious, what's the initial feedback you're getting from your customers on this innovation?
Yes, so now we are, let's say, in quite early stage with our customers. We only are starting to testing it and also we have in progress some pilots. But initial feedback is quite good and everything looks promising. However, of course, it will take a little bit of time to get, let's say, some more final results. So I will definitely will share with you a bit later on that.
Clement?
Yeah, so it seems like you will have a scalability problem in terms of manufacturing volumes. Have you thought about how you will be addressing that?
Well, yes, we already start, let's say, scaling step by step. We just scale it up with, to 10-liter bioreactors, and now we are scaling to 50-liter bioreactors. Of course, we have already partners who can make the CRO for us. And at the beginning, we plan to outsource this, but of course, later on, we plan to buy the big bioreactors for us on and establish the manufacturing.
Thank you. Thank you, Yekaterina. Audience vote. Okay. Some whistles in the audience. I like that. All right. Next up on the stage is Freshwave.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for a warm welcome. Yep. Thank you. I'm missing this. Did you know that the recent estimates of fresh seafood market is about 225 billion euros? And when we talked with the two largest food safety and quality networks in Europe, so Cola for Food and Ribmints, we found out that there is a big lack in quality control of fresh seafood. There is no actual solution to do this online, and because of this, because of non-existing or too less sensitive approaches, we cannot mismanage these products, and as a result, we get a seafood waste productions of up to 35% of reduced seafood. So, my name is Artis Kinans. I am a Doctor of Chemistry, and the clicker doesn't work, but okay. I bring together a team of physicists, engineers, and business developers to bring a solution for this problem. We have developed a new optical material that is 100 more sensitive than those currently in the market and can be sensitive towards fish freshness, meaning we can implement it into the label-like solution that we put inside of the fresh seafood packaging using existing technology, no need to change anything, and use a smartphone camera, scan this code, and see how fresh your seafood is. You can manage your streams better, you can improve your revenue by cutting losses. Currently we are aiming for intelligent seafood packaging market, which is estimated to be about 7.2 billion worldwide. However, we keep in mind that this could be also expanded to the meat market because the overall spoiling process is quite similar. So our business model is B2B sales for food packaging manufacturers and also food manufacturers, and also app subscription for end users such as supply chain companies, grocery stores, and some state institutions. So we are currently running on Latvian University RFF grant, and we are looking to raise 300,000 euros for next steps. So we are currently approaching TRL4. We have a lab-scale demonstration of the process. It works. We can see exactly how much of these compounds are in the atmosphere. What we need to do is a scale-up and ink formulations to proceed to field prototypes. And with this, I bring you Freshwave, optical sensor solutions for freshness determination. Thank you.
Thank you, Artis. All right. Ilona, what's on your mind?
Thank you for the presentation. I think amazing project. Can you explain a bit how the magic works? What's behind the trick?
Okay, we have, I will drop some big words here, so don't be afraid of this. We have a molecule that is very light emittive when you shine a blue light on it. And we have attached sensitive part to that molecule that detects biogenic amines. So these are amines that smell. When you see a seafood that smells and it's old, these are the amines that you smell. And basically, our compound is as a nose inside of the packaging. When it detects these amines, it changes its optical properties. And we can see that with the phone camera. You can see actually this with naked eye. But naked eye wouldn't give you exact date of exploration, but a phone camera can detect the color change and give you exact date.
Clement?
Yeah, I would never download an application to buy salmon. So my question is, why did you add consumers with a mobile application that would be checking something when you can just go after the B2B and the final users who are grocery stores?
Our strategy is to go for B2B mostly. The final consumer, the ones that eat the meat, there are many people who are very conscious about safety of their food, so this application would be for them. But I think this would give us a good feedback from the consumers, what they are scanning, because we can incorporate technologies to track these packages inside of these barcodes. So you can see which companies are using them, which is done, and this could come from consumers, basically. So you do not charge them, but you get information from them.
All right, thank you. Darren?
Have you done any market testing, especially with the suppliers, on their willingness to put this kind of packaging in their products? That could
so we are in initial stages, and I will go back to this slide if you don't mind. So we are currently in talks with Technopacking. It's a Spain packaging company that produces packaging for food manufacturers, and they're actually quite interested in trying this implementation in their production. So as soon as we get the ink formulations ready and we can print these labels, we will be joining them to see our pilot run. So we are on the track there.
Thank you. Alberto?
Yes, I want to know, I understand from the perspective of the consumer how it gives them more information. I want to know if you have tested actually this solution in front of your final customers, so the producers and the packaging companies, and what are they saying about it?
So if I understand you correctly, so currently we are on the process of getting there. So we have a lab scale prototype that works very fine. And there's actually mixed reaction if we look at the supply chains. Some of them say, yes, we need this solution to manage products. So some of them say, no, we don't need this because this will scare off the customers.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much. That's artists from Freshway. Round of applause. What did the audience think? Excellent. Very good. All right. Last 3 presentations. Give it up for Trashify Tech. You can start.
Hi everyone. I'm Nikita, a founder of Trashify. From our name, you may have guessed that we started in waste management, an industry that still relies on manual audits and outdated tools for all of its operations. The result? Wasted time, money, and material. So we built Trashify, an AI-powered computer vision platform that turns any visual feed into real-time, actionable insights. We started by deploying this over waste sorting lines, where facilities can now recover 20% more waste, reduce their costs, and increase their operational efficiency by 300 times. This solution has already been deployed in 5 waste management facilities so far in Europe, and we also have 2 strategic robotics partners who embed our vision into their systems. But as we've grown through these deployments and pilots, we've realized that this isn't just a waste problem, it's a visibility problem. Across industries, be it logistics or infrastructure or even healthcare, teams are still making critical decisions based on fragmented data and no real-time visibility of their operations. They want to adopt AI. For instance, in 2025 alone, European healthcare has spent over 10 billion euros just to build and deploy AI. We can do that at a fraction of the cost with the Trashify DIY AI, a no-code, hardware-agnostic platform that lets anybody build AI. All you need to do is upload or stream your video or image onto our platform, and then after annotating it yourself, you can build your own AI model without needing any technical expertise. Then, with a single click, this can be deployed onto robotics, drones, different cameras. So essentially, our primary customers right now are such technology providers who embed Trashify into their systems so they can provide AI capabilities without having to hire an in-house AI team. This reduces their costs, increases their value, and makes them indispensable to their own industrial clients. We've begun our operations in the circular economy and supply chain market valued at 87 billion euros, where our platform is available as a tiered subscription model. So we are providing an end-to-end solution that in just 7 clicks can take you from data to deployment, as opposed to our competitors who patch together features based on third-party partnerships. Unlike them, who are building a system just for developers, we are building one that can be used by anybody moving forward. Even someone like myself, the non-technical half of our 2-person team, where we started out by building smart trash cans and are now building the infrastructure that empowers everybody to build and deploy AI. Together, we're raising 400,000 euros to grow our team and expand across the EU and APAC markets. So if you see a future where AI can help you see what's been previously unseen, we'd love to talk. Thank you.
Thank you for the pitch. Agnes, you're up first.
Thank you. What are your team's key competences? Because I think I missed the slide, or it was...
The key competencies?
Yeah.
The fact that we are extremely user-friendly, and we have tested ourselves all of the solutions that our competitors are providing, and they are meant specifically for developers. But we want to create a system that is completely unintimidating, even to a person who has no technical background, be it working in industries or working in a tech company themselves, rather than having to build an AI team just to be able to provide AI capabilities. They can use our no-code platform to be able to give themselves the same technological benefit.
Yeah, thank you, but I mean your team.
Our team?
Team.
I'm so sorry. So we are a two-person team where my co-founder is a data scientist who's building all of the tech, and I'm the non-tech founder who's doing the business development.
Thank you. Ilona?
Yes, you started to use your technology in the circular economy.
Yes.
Can you give us a use case and how fast, let's say, any company can deploy your tech?
So we started out in the circular economy, specifically in the waste management sector, where we were providing embedded devices that they could deploy on top of their conveyor belts in less than half an hour. All we do right now is embed the devices ourselves in-house and then mail them the devices. And then over lunch break, they can just place it on top of their conveyor belt, place it online, and then they already have the login details on their email. And it's good to go.
Darren?
So your initial use case was sorting trash with great efficiency, and now it seems like you're more pivoting to a platform service that has broad applicability across many different verticals. In that case, what would you rename your company?
In that case, sorry?
What would you rename your company?
I'm not sure. We were thinking about something, of course, non-Trashify. Neao sounded like a good one because Neo is new, technology, and agile like a cat.
All right, Pavelas?
How about Sortify? Honestly,
no, if I.
Honestly, there's sort of a lot of being done in terms of technology in this sort of area. My question is like, is there any technological advantage? Like, who's gonna make sure that you're not gonna, be left behind in terms of if you're not able to execute and deliver really fast?
As part of our team?
Meaning that technology itself, it's widely available to everyone. The same LLMs, the same, let's say, models, and you don't have like a huge head start now. So how are you gonna leapfrog, let's say, in front of the competition and make sure that you're not going to be outcompeted fast?
Right.
And to answer really quickly, technology is not so much a pivot as it is an evolution based on what we've already served before. So we have basically developed it based on the users' experiences themselves. So we know that we know what the users want better than most other people who've started from scratch. So I think that gives us a better head start than most people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation. What do your audience think? All right. Very good. We love it. Last two presentations. Next up on the stage is WatchBuilt.
More than 200 million euro. That is amount of money annually lost by construction companies. I have been part of this loss when working in industry, and I do want to change that. Hi, my name is Aya, and this is WatchBuilt, where you build, we verify. Surprisingly, industry itself has come up with a solution to the mistake problem in a form of BIM. BIM, or Building Information Model, is an advanced 3D model of a building that empowers planning, construction, and maintenance. When we want to adopt BIM in construction, it comes with a toll for manual inspections and workflows that are complex to manage. which results in tremendous cost of BIM implementation. We have seen how BIM has changed planning, and we expect that same will happen with the construction in next 5 years. To address this trend, WatchBuild is developing a hardware and software integrated solution to automate BIM compliance and construction site follow-up. Hardware will take data from the construction site. Further, AI-powered software will do the beauty with automated reporting. We have built an MVP that tackles the compliance part. With the version 3.0 of our solution, construction companies will be able to fully adopt BIM in their construction sites, spotting mistakes, following up subcontraction while saving project management time. We are testing our solution currently with the largest construction companies in Latvia and aim to launch our product to the market later this year. Internet of Things in construction is a rapidly growing market, growing by 14.6%. It will be close to 5 billion market by 2030 in Europe alone. You would ask about the competition. Sure, there is a one. Very complex solutions that are also expensive, or very basic ones that doesn't deliver the required precision. In WatchBuild, we combine science with a startup experience. I'm confident that we will bring WatchBuild to overall success. We have raised 240,000 to build a proof of concept and discover the market, and we are now raising 280,000 to complement our already secured grant to continue product development and unlock first sales. If you want to be part of the construction future, let's build together. Scan my QR code and connect with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. Who's grabbing the microphone first? Alberto.
Can you explain a bit more about your business model?
Yeah, so it's basically B2B SaaS model per project.
Thank you. Who's up next? Who's grabbing the mic? Jerry's thinking, looking at their pages. Ilona?
The pricing strategy for your customers.
So we have currently studied how much do they pay for their current solutions, also how much do they pay for their people, and that's where we target in between. So it's roughly 20 to 40K per project per customer.
Clement?
So you're already at version 3.0, and 40% of your funding you're seeking is going to be spent on R&D. So what kind of R&D is left there for you before you enter the market at scale?
So in terms of the development, the basic thing is that we need to continue developing the AI model, and that most probably be sort of from one perspective like forever, but on another perspective we have found a nice solution how to actually speed it up, and that's basically the key there.
Ilona?
In terms of team capabilities and competences, what kind of competences you need in the nearest future?
Most probably the next add-on to our team would be additional BIM expert, as we are approaching our customers and more actively doing the pilots. And for sure, always inspiring new technical team members is like hardware, mostly software AI experts are also very critical for us.
Agnese?
What makes your product and technology unique?
We are trying to get like there are two components. First is that everyone does either hardware or software, and we do it in combination. And the other part is that from the hardware perspective or from the scanning perspective, there are either super high-tech scanners that cost also a lot of money, or there are very low-tech 360 cameras that sort of does the job, but they cannot measure the centimeters as the construction require, and we like sort of position ourselves in between that.
1 minute left, Ilona. And then
You're currently implementing 3 pilot projects, what I saw from the slides. What are your pilot partners saying so far?
As far as we have shown them what we have done, because basically we are currently like testing still on our side, they're excited and they're like, come on, when it will be ready, when I can test it. This is something that we get out of that.
Thank you. Povilas?
So in the pilot, so you say they ask when it can be tested. So what exactly is being tested? And then how do you measure willingness for them to buy? And what could be, the scale of one pilot in terms of cash?
Yeah. So first thing is that we, for the pilots, we have agreement that once the pilot is successful, the company is already deployed. So that is a good thing. That is on agreement on a paper. During the test, we are scanning the site ourselves and doing checking the software performance on ourselves. And then that is just to give it on the hands of the client.
Thank you, Aya.
Thank you.
Aya from WatchBuild. Audience vote. Very good. Very nice. All right. Can you believe it? Last presentation here today. Well, if you have energy, well, let's welcome on the stage Lauraline Tech.
Hello, hello, hello. So my name is Laura, and we are creating new laser technology for hair bleaching. So did you know that 300 million hair salon clients risk hair burnage and chemical burns just to go blonde? It's a frustrating process. It takes a lot of your time and money just to maintain the color. Also, chemical bleaching generates a lot of waste. It's like throwing away 12 Eiffel Towers every year. But the main problem is that chemical bleaching cannot be done without damage. Therefore, we are replacing chemistry with physics. Therefore, we are creating new laser technology for hair bleaching, and finally giving chance for people with dark hair to get their dream platinum blonde hair without damage, without high maintenance costs. Currently, we are at TRL level 4. We have conducted 500 tests. We have tested several lasers and different hair colors. Imagine, for me, to go from brunette to blonde, it took 16 hours, which is like 4 salon sessions, and it was 800 euros. But with this device, it would be only 2 hours and 300 euros. And for save on maintenance, for 1 year, it would be around 7,000. So 1 in 3 women have tried hair bleaching, but only 13.5% remain as active bleachers, meaning 660 million people tried and quit, probably because of high maintenance and dissatisfaction. So we will first target these active bleachers, and then later the ones who dreams about bleaching hair but still are afraid to do it. We will work, first of all, with luxury salons, which is 10% of all salons, and later on we will move to B2C. There are many indirect competitors, but none of them have such solution now in the market. Industry came to us. They are demanding innovation, both clients and customers. And I, as a customer, I know the pain. So we are collaborating with 1 professional hair salon, and we are having talks with 2 main hair salon chains in Riga. We are a dedicated team. We have previous experience and knowledge in creating engineering designs for lasers and optical systems. We are advancing fast. Therefore, we are raising 1 million as bundled funding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. All right, Ilona and then Clement.
Thank you. Am I correct to understand that you will be the producer of a device that will be sold to hair salons?
Yes. Yes. Or you mean, will we manufacture it?
Yes.
No, we will. No, we will work together with manufacturers from Lithuania.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Clement.
Have you tested the effects of your technology on living human beings over a long term?
So basically, about hair, testing hair is very friendly for us because it doesn't matter if it's cut hair or human hair, like live hair, because hair is not live. So we are testing real human hair, but it's not like on your head. But there will be the same results.
Agnes, Darren, and Alberto.
Yes, thank you. Could you explain a little bit how does the technology works? So is it somehow related to chemicals, or is it just laser? Or
Okay, so it's about laser because hair has 2 types of melanin, and dark hair has eumelanin, and eumelanin absorbs light. So basically, with our laser, we will target at melanin, and it will not harm anything else.
Thank you, Darren.
It sounds very innovative, almost too good to be true. So my question is as you go forward, what are some of the key challenges you think you'll encounter besides the funding?
Besides the funding, of course, manufacturing, because lasers, first of all, hardware is hard, right? And lasers needs to be super precise to work. So that will be our main challenge when we will scale, because every laser needs to work the same. So I guess that will be our main challenge.
Alberto?
Yes, when you show actually the competitors that are in the market, I saw really big names over there. Why have you decided to keep the production for yourself, keep the ownership of the production and the selling, instead of like partnering with a big corporation for this?
Why we didn't want to cooperate with L'Oreal? I didn't say that. We would be open to cooperate with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Feel free to contact us if you're here, L'Oreal.
30 seconds. Ilona.
Your technology is pending?
Not yet, but we will patent it, of course.
Well, let's quickly.
Can you comment why you need €1 million and how you're going to spend it?
So basically, half of it will go to R&D and patenting and maintaining this patent, because we want to scale globally.
All right. 5 seconds. That's all from us. What did the audience think?
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was presentation number 10, which means that right now we will give time to our dear jury members. Ilona, I believe you will lead them to the secret war room, so please join Ilona. You will have approximately 5 to 6 minutes. But dear audience members, don't go anywhere. Right now, first of all, let's put your hands together for the 10 amazing presentations. What do you think?